man named Alan Laken once said that time is life. It is irreversible and irreplaceable. To waste your time is to waste your life, but to master your time is to master your life and make the most of it. In this speech, we will be analyzing Hal Urban's Life Greatest Lessons, 20 Things That Matter, with the course content from Arbus 300. This is significant and it relates to time because this is time well spent. The time spent in this course reveals that utilizing one's inner resources allows them to harness their potential and becoming a better person, which leads them to enjoying life to its fullest. Throughout this speech, we will seek to prove this through the realizations that are explained in Hal's novel about life, the issues about life and its counters, and the proactive nature of understanding and receiving more out of life. To begin with the first mapping statement, the realizations of life. In Hal Urban's novel, he explains through chapters 1 through 3 that success is more than making money. Life is hard and not always fair, and that life is fun and also incredibly funny. This is related to Arbus 300 course content through the neoliberalist ideology of Homo economicus, where we view people as economic subjects, the free market ideology, where elites can reign supreme, through the chapters in the course text of truth and knowing, and so forth. The next notion of life's realizations is seen in chapters 4 through 7 in Hal Urban's novel. These explain that we live by choice and not by chance, that attitude is choice, that the key habits to have are what allow you to be successful in life, and that being thankful is the best habit to obtain. In relation to Arbus 300, this compares to the competition, the nature of competition with brands, and all of the areas that surround brands. The Who Are You chapter in the course text and the Critical Thinking chapter in the course text, as they seek to explain who an individual is, which can be reflected by the attitudes and the habits that you should be developed that are explained in Hal Urban's novel. The last part that expresses the life's realizations are chapters 8 and 9 in Hal Urban's book. He explains that good people build lives on a foundation of respect, and that honesty is still the best policy. This is seen and explained through the course content in Arbus 300 in the chapters of opinions, evidence, and argument in the course text. The second mapping statement being issues about life and what we can do to suppress them or live with them are explained in chapters 10 through 15. Throughout chapters 10 to 12, Hal Urban explains that kind words cost little but accomplish much, that real motivation comes from within, and that goals are dreams with deadlines. In Arbus 300, we can make the comparison that this relates to the chapter on basic problems of egocentricity and ethnocentricity, which entail race, gender, and status complexities. There's also the chapter on perspective errors, where people view things from the incorrect manner, and they assume things which ultimately cause them harm in the end because they are incorrect. The next notion about issues of life and the counters to them are chapters 13 through 15 in Hal Urban's novel. In these chapters, he explains that there is no substitution for hard work, that you have to give up something to get something, and that successful people don't find time, they make time. Errors of procedure, errors of expression, errors of reaction, and a combination of all these errors relate to these things because procedural errors occur and expressive errors occur when you are unwilling to do the necessary work, when you are unwilling to make the necessary time in order to get something done, and most importantly, that you must sacrifice something in order to get something else, because there's a trade-off between everything, as we live in a neoliberalist society, and that is one of the most basic concepts of economics. For the third point of a proactive understanding that allows one to enhance life, Hal Urban explains this through chapters 16 to 20. In chapters 16 to 18, Hal Urban explains that no one else can raise your self-esteem but yourself, that the body needs nutrients and exercise, but so does your mind and spirit, and that it's okay to fail because everybody else has. This relates to Arbus 300 content because in the text there are chapters on knowing yourself, being observant, selecting an issue, and through the course lecture material on brands and marketing. This is significant because everybody can fail. It is okay to fail, and every successful person will ask you, if you ask them, have they ever failed? Which failure you would like to hear from them. The last is chapters 19 to 20 in Hal Urban's novel, where he explains that life is simpler when we know what's essential, and that the first essential of being a good person is the most important one. This relates to course content in Arbus 300 in the conducting inquiry chapter, the forming a judgment chapter, and the persuading others chapter. As when you know what to expect from life, you're able to go through it more willingly and easily. The course chapters explain that in order to conduct an inquiry, you must select an issue, and that after doing so, you should form a judgment, and if you're able to, you can persuade others if you have done it properly. This relates to the essentials in life, because if you know what's essential, then you'll be able to do this effectively. To conclude, Hal Urban's Life Greatest Lessons, 20 Things That Matter, reveals that using one's own inner resources can allow them to harness their potential in becoming a better person, which will lead them to enjoy life to the fullest. People are able to do this through realizing certain things about life that sometimes take people an entire lifetime to comprehend. The issues that life presents others and how to deal with them, and to enhance your own life through a better understanding and a proactive nature from knowing yourself. There was once a man who was named Alan Lakin. He explained that time is life, that it is irreversible and irreplaceable, and that to waste your time is to waste your life. But to master your time is to master your life. By doing this, you can read Hal Urban's novel on 20 Things That Matter in Life and see how it connects with the course content in Arbus 300, and how it will allow you to receive a deeper understanding of the nature of business, the nature of yourself, and the nature of a neoliberalist society, and how people conduct themselves in a society as this.